In 2011, they played Donkey Kong Country. In 2012, they played Donkey Kong Country 2. And in 2013, they played Donkey Kong Country 3. So what's next? Donkey Kong 60-foot! No, it's Donkey Kong Country Returns. Hello everyone, and welcome to StephenPlays. My name is Stephen George, I play video games. Today I'm joined with my wife Mallory, and we're jumping into Donkey Kong Country Returns. I was so excited in 2010 because I grew up with the Donkey Kong Country series, absolutely loved it. Donkey Kong 64 was good, but was a departure from the 2D platforming roots. 2010, Retro Studios took the torch and said, you know what, we're going to do it, and we're going to do it right. And today, Mal and I are jumping into Donkey Kong Country Returns. So, are you pumped?
I'm very pumped.
You should be. This is our practice file, but this should also be the only time you ever see that. Hey, we've practiced. We're doing pretty good. Starting new game, and we are going to be playing 2 players, which changes things up a little bit. This game is actually quite different from past Donkey Kong Country titles. Due to Nintendo's policies, we cannot show you the opening cutscene. Just imagine some evil tikis flying out of a volcano and hypnotizing lots of various jungle animals. They try it on Donkey Kong, but he's unaffected. So he punches them. And we are shown this fun little icon, which means that we have to play the bongos and punch that guy out of the sky. So one of the biggest differences, probably by far, is that if you were doing 2-player, you actually control your characters independently. So Mal is Diddy Kong and I am Donkey Kong. Now we can reunite. Like I can grab her up on my back and she can also jump on my back on her own. And if we are together, if we're conjoined, we have special abilities. Mal has a jetpack because they introduced Diddy's jetpack a while back in the series, so he has the jetpack. Now if he's riding on my back, I can also utilize that jetpack. But if he's not on my back, I can't. And Diddy Kong still gets to use it, which is nice. Also, if we're joined up, we can roll forever. So like if we're rolling, we can continue to do that forever, whereas if Mal is not on my back, my roll stops. So that's kind of lame. We can pound the ground, which is something from past games, but if Mal does it, as Diddy Kong, she also shoots in front of her. And
I can be in your back and shoot.
Yeah, and as long as Mal's riding on my back, she can shake her stuff and shoot peanuts as well. So we always have a banana horde, because that's important. And one of the new additions this time around is puzzle pieces. Puzzle pieces do not count towards 100% completion, and as thus, we will not be getting them all. They are insane. They are incredibly difficult to get, so we're not going to be going after that. A new ability is if you're down on the ground, you can shake the Wii Remote, and you actually can blow air, which is something that we'll have to do periodically throughout probably every single level in order to get stuff. And if we go back up here, there's going to be an extra life in here. Extra lives are still balloons. You'll also notice that unlike the other Donkey Kong Country games, we have a health bar now. It used to be if you take a hit, you're just screwed. In this game, we each have 2 hearts, which is nice, and you can actually buy additional hearts, so you can have a 3rd heart whenever you do things as well.
Also,
yeah.
No, stay over there.
Oh, you want to show off the?
Yeah.
If either one of us get.
Oops, sorry.
We're trying to explain all the mechanics, and Mal ran into a cave.
Okay.
If either one of us get too far away, there's this countdown timer. When it gets to 0, it will send the other person there. It does not matter who it is. So even if the camera's currently following Mal and I wander off screen, it will also send me there. It doesn't hurt us. It just sends us to the other person. And we also have a brief invincibility, which is kind of nice. So, without further ado, maybe, since we're 6 minutes in, we should actually get started and work on...
I killed that bird.
Thank you. So we can play independently, but we can also work together.
Ah!
And it's actually really important to keep Mal around, because even though it's not vital that you have the jetpack to get through things, it's very, very helpful. Also, I totally messed that up.
Don't worry.
We're also not going to be getting all the puzzle pieces, but we are going to try get them in the first level. Just so you guys can get an idea of like where they put them and things like that. Same thing with other Donkey Kong Country games. 100 bananas is equal to a life, and we're going to want some lives. These guys come away.
Oh. Oops.
You got crushed. Now, you'll see on the screen, Mal has the option to press 1, and it'll use one of our balloons and actually send her down from the sky. So you can go ahead and do that if you want. So now we have 3 extra lives, and we have Diddy back, which is pretty cool. Also, if we ever find a DK barrel and either one of us have taken any damage, we can throw it, and it will actually refill our health instead, which is pretty cool. So we're going to continue making... Oh, there goes our bananas! No! So there's a lot of stuff to pound.
Can't we just make our own bananas? Like, by collecting them?
Yeah, you would think that we have plenty of bananas. Like, we could just waltz out into the forest and we have a bunch. But,
Alright, you ready for this part?
Yeah. As we start jumping here, we have to collect these in order to get one of the puzzle pieces. Once again, we're just kind of doing this to demonstrate how many puzzle pieces and how difficult they are to get in a level, but we will not be getting them. Now, one thing we will be getting is the Kong leathers. The Kong leathers are vital in order to 100% the game. Gotta grab that thing. Got it. So we will have to get all of the Kong leathers in every single stage, which means that we're gonna have to grab that. Oh, you want me to grab it?
Yeah.
So I can force Mal onto my back, even though I don't actually need her. These pigs are the checkpoints. So instead of doing the sparkly barrels, now we have those. So I can also throw this. Boom! So we'll be stopping and trying to grab these. One of the other items that you'll see that we've probably grabbed a few of but haven't bothered to explain are the coins. There's hearts, which I think are pretty self-explanatory. There's a coin. There's a banana coins. Those are used in Cranky's shop, and they are very important because even though we're probably not going to have too many problems in this first world, we are going to be running into huge problems later on, so we're going to need all the extra lives we can get, and we can actually buy extra lives from Cranky's shop. Another cool addition in Donkey Kong Country Returns is having 2 planes. You'll see that we're now actually in the background, which is really cool. And recently, and now I didn't even know if you knew this, but there's a Donkey Kong Country Returns themed stage coming for the Wii U version of Smash Brothers.
I did not know.
And one of the cool things is that you'll be able to fight on both planes. And
cool.
people that are in the back plane obviously have to fly farther every time they're hit because to account for how much space there is back there.
Uh-huh.
But it's just, I don't know, that's a really cool addition. I think it's only going to be in that one stage, but it's still neat. Does this do anything? Yeah,
yes.
It does! There are bonus rooms, just as there were before. Beating these generally gives you... Okay. Mal was going to join me, but then she died. Beating these will give you a puzzle piece, generally. So we're going to try and get all of these. There we go.
You did it.
Got it.
And I'm back.
Yeah, you don't die. You don't. If you die in a bonus room, you're not actually dead.
I don't die in real life.
You die in the game, you die for real. That was a movie, and I don't remember what the name of the movie was because I remember it only as you die in the game, you die for real, which is not the name of a movie because that's ridiculous. We're going to be seeing a variety of different enemies. So the first enemies we're seeing are the bluebirds, which are just kind of complacent, doing their own thing. But then we get into the redbirds, which are mad about God knows what. So.
Hey.
I'm coming. I don't have a jetpack, you know, so it's difficult for me. Now we got to make sure we grab the G. I didn't grab it. All right. So now we have all the Kong leathers, which is good. So we're going to make our way all the way over here.
Wait, there's a secret on the right? Oh, shoot.
You did that, didn't you?
I did do that.
You really did that. I didn't think that you would actually do it. I was thinking, I was like, she's not actually going to hit it. Like, she's going to stop and realize that we have to get the last puzzle piece.
Yeah.
Good job, Mal. This is a good start to the LP. There was a secret that was the final puzzle piece, but Mal decided to jump up into the barrel instead, so we're going to ignore that. Maybe there will be another level in the first world that we'll be able to get all the puzzle pieces on, but not that one. Now, you can go back and redo these levels, and if you do, you only have to get 1 puzzle piece. That's, you know, all that you would have to get. But we're going to continue to move on. 1-2 King of Cling will actually be
I like this one.
We'll be seeing a new mechanic in this level as well, the ability to cling to grassy areas, which is going to be important throughout the game in at various times.
I thought you threw me in the ground the first time I saw him do that.
Also, good job. Also, now would be a, well, first let me show. Jump up here, and if you hold either trigger on the nunchuck or the Wii remote, I tend to use the Wii remote, you can grab onto those grassy areas. Now would be a great time, that we're halfway through the episode, to let you guys know that because YouTube now supports 60 frames a second, and we are actually doing a 60 frames per second game, that you guys can change your quality to 720p 60 in the settings. I don't think it works on mobile yet. I think it's just on the browser. But you can actually watch this in 60 frames a second because this is one of the games that supports it, which is really cool. So in this level, we got these little, I almost want to call them piranha plant-like creatures. Oh, frickin', that guy hit me? I barely touched him. So a good way for me to get back up to Mal is just to let Mal kind of do her thing, and then I will immediately just be teleported to her. You grabbed that heart that I needed, so appreciate that. Now I do not have a heart. Where are you going? Come here, quick! There's stuff over here. Even though it's
just a puzzle piece?
It's well, I wanted to at least complete one so we could be like, hey guys, look! But then, and then you finish the level. The other thing we didn't get a chance to point out, because you...
Is how the end barrel works.
Is how the end barrel works, but we'll point that out. We'll make sure we get all the mechanic stuff out of the way.
Ooh, puzzle piece.
In this episode before we move on to the other stuff. You probably... Whoa, God! You're also probably wondering if the animal friends are back. And, yes. Well, some of them. I won't... Did that really just happen? Oh, my God. I'm coming back, by the way. I'm just going to float down. If you could just touch my body. Woo! I almost fell again. That's another cool thing.
I need that heart.
Go get it. Good job. Even if I die, as long as Diddy is around, Diddy can continue to play. You can also ground pound while we're up here. Maybe this isn't a surprise for you guys. Maybe you've played Donkey Kong Country Returns before. I mean, it's very likely it's a popular game. It's also been re-released on the Nintendo 3DS as Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D, and they actually changed it. You can play with 2 hearts if you want, but they actually changed it where you can play the game with a 3-heart minimum, which makes the game a little easier because one of the complaints with people that apparently have never played the Donkey Kong Country series is that the game is really hard. Returns is really freaking difficult, and it is. And I praise Retro for doing that and not turning it into something it's not, because it's always been difficult. All of the games are hard, so...
Good job on that.
Thank you. We got 99 bananas. We really need a little more bananas, please. A little more conversation, a little more nanners. You want to get up on this?
I got in the barrel.
Oh, wow, we took him out. Mal and I have already, you know, obviously we practice before we record these episodes. Some of our LPs are blind, some are not. This is one that is not. We always practice beforehand because these games are incredibly difficult, and we want to make sure that we get through them as flawlessly as we can. I knew I was going to land on that. Frickin'. At least I got my heart back from that thing. Get on my back.
No!
I want the freedom to roam! The other cool thing is that if Diddy is ever riding on my back and I take damage at all, even if it's obviously me, like even if I'm obviously the person that got hit, Diddy's the one that takes the damage. So, also that's the wrong one. If I ever want to not have to worry about dying, I can just throw Mal on my back, and then it's no longer my problem. Mal's the one that takes the damage. Ugh. But this game is, I want to say, probably much more difficult than the old games, which is saying something because the old games are very difficult. But Retro really upped the difficulty even further. But I don't think it's a problem. I think we're going to be able to do this and get through it. The other cool thing is that more people are familiar with this game because you know, the audience of people watching on YouTube tends to be a little bit younger than the people that grew up with the other games. So there's more of you that are probably familiar with Donkey Kong Country Returns than we're familiar with 1, 2, and 3. It doesn't take away the fact that 1, 2, and 3 are fantastic games. So we're not allowed to say that those are not good games.
You got one more puzzle piece.
They're good. Oh, I do?
Uh-huh.
I've only been...
Get that. Thank you.
I've only been half trying to get them, but I would like to grab them now that I'm so close. It might be in here. That ain't it. Don't eat me! Let's jump up here and... Whoo! What's up, bro? You mad? Ugh. almost to another life, which is good. Keep getting these banana coins. The banana coins are also going to be useful. We have to have at least 20 to buy a map key. And the map key unlocks...
Unlock special levels.
It's just, I mean, it's kind of special. I mean, it's a level that we need to unlock, more or less. There's one level in every world that's locked, and to get it, you have to buy the key. So, I mean, it's something that we do need to do. Subscribe. Oh God! In a minute, you'll be jumping off in the back doing things you're. Oh God! Listen, trust me. Trust me. I'm Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Donkey Kong. Hot diddly dang, it's Donkey Kong. Did I miss the puzzle piece? Where is it?
Yeah, you did miss that last one.
I don't know where it is, though.
It's to the left.
Oh, you took damage. No, because we're gonna be up here. All right, now I can explain this thing. At the end of every level,
Look,
there's.
we poke our little heads out.
I know, we're cute, ain't we? At the end of every level, you'll see the barrel has got different options. If you hit the barrel at the moment that it's just showing a certain thing, you get that item. But what you want to aim for is the DK item. Because if you get the DK item, you immediately start to do your little ground pound thing where you shake the controllers, and you get multiples of a random item, and you pray to God that it's live.
We're hoping for it's alive.
All right, so I'm gonna aim for this and see if I can get it. Right before it. The coin is right before it, so we get one single coin. But if we would have landed on the Donkey Kong item, we could have possibly gotten more. So we continue to get the stars, which is good. We missed a freaking thing somewhere. I have no idea where it was, but we tried. So I think that should actually give us enough access to get to Cranky Kong Shop. So we can go down here, and I'll briefly explain what all this stuff is. It's about time you visited your fair old grandpa. Give me some of those shiny banana coins, and you can pick through my old things. Well, I don't know why he's the voice of old Adam Sandler. 1, 3, and 7 balloon bunches. So you can buy lives here if you need to. Squawks helps you find puzzle pieces. Heart Boost is, obviously you get to start a level with 3 hearts instead of 2. But once you lose it, it's gone. It's not like you get to have it forever. And then Banana Juice makes you temporarily invincible. It also costs 20, which is a lot of money. And then, of course, the map key, which is something that we want to buy. So we're going to go ahead and buy this for 20.
The map key.
So we only have 8 coins left. Although it's not a big deal, because in our practice run, we had over 100 at the end of the first world. Partially because we died a lot, though. It might be why. And then that opens up that locked space, so we can actually get to more levels. Unfortunately, we are actually out of time. So we've only completed 2 levels, but there's more to come. So thank you guys so much for watching, and be sure to tune in next time for more StephenPlays Donkey Kong Country Returns. Your options here are to jump over these guys or jump on them. You got to jump on this guy to get the K.
He wasn't doing anything to you.
Now he's dead. He'll never come back. Another life.
And that one too.